Baton Rouge's Morning News, Karen Henderson and Kevin Meeks. You know, the Bar Association says lawyers can now check jurors' social media sites. That means your Facebook posts, Twitter, tweets, other information that's gathered. They can gather it for ethical research. We want to talk about this with trial attorney Mazin Sbaiti, who joins us now. Good morning to you, Mazin.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
What does this mean for those of us that are called to jury duty? What changes will this mean for us, and what's open to those doing quote-unquote research?
Not a whole lot will change for people actually going for jury duty, but what it does mean is that lawyers will be able to see any publicly available information on social media that might be helpful for those lawyers typically to disqualify a juror in order to make sure that the jury doesn't have jurors that have deep-seated biases, for example, in favor or more likely against a particular side.
Now, what they're looking at, Mazin, is the stuff that would be on public display anyway, right? They're not asking for, and they're not being granted any permission to get passwords and things like that to go into anything private.
Right. They're not supposed to break down firewalls or privacy protections, and they're also not even supposed to use friend requests, for example, as a pretext to getting at that information.
But are they looking at who you're friending or unfriending to determine whether or not you're a juror that they want to approve?
They could. It depends on who the friends are. If you're unfriending one of the parties, then yeah, they might disapprove of you because that means you have a relationship with one of the parties, and you're not supposed to have a relationship with one of the parties or any of the lawyers for that matter.
I'm thinking with this, it has just become more difficult to be a trial attorney, in a manner of speaking.
More information. Certainly, there's more information that we have to filter and incorporate. You know, this is really just one tool in a process that we already go through. We already look for touchstones that tell us a little bit about jurors and to try to predict a little bit about whether they're going to be good jurors for our client.
Now, Mazin, how'd this come about?
So, this has been something that's been happening quite a while. You know, social media is widely used by our profession, not just in the jury selection context, but it's also used during trial, and it's also used in the prosecution and defense context to find witnesses and to find things out about witnesses and parties. Judges, because jurors don't ask to be jurors, some judges felt like looking at their social media may have been too invasive, and I guess some lawyers may have gone a little further than what the ABA is approving. The ABA has been looking at this for a couple of years now, and basically but basically approved of a practice that's been going on with the added limitations that lawyers shouldn't use pretexts to invade jurors' privacy and try to strike a balance.
So now they have guidelines. They know what they cannot do. Basically,
correct.
Yeah. Trial attorney Mazin Sbaiti, thank you. We appreciate your info on this. Interesting.
Thank you.